a great that help you to have a great experience. Our vision is that everyone who cares for someone learns by osmosis. So today we'll talk about how to use osmosis to have the best learning experience possible. I know you have a lot to learn in a very short amount of time in your education, so we want it to be fun and effective. I hope that you see us live these values in all the things we do. Together today, we will imagine more. So what we'll talk about in the next 20 minutes is why learn by osmosis, how to use osmosis during your school, some additional things that we have to make it easier and more fun for you. And we will leave time for questions. If you have questions, please go to the microphone or ask Sabrina or Malik if they will speak it into the microphone. To begin, let's talk about what is osmosis. Osmosis is I call it longitudinal curriculum tool, meaning no matter where you are in your program, we have videos to meet your learning needs. The main part of osmosis is our collection of whiteboard style animated videos. They look like this here. There are more than 1,700 videos. They are designed to enhance and clarify what you are learning in your classes. There are 3 different levels of difficulty. So we have basic science and organ system videos designed for first exposure. So meaning I have never learned about apoptosis. What is it, right? So those are very good if you are new to something. They're also very good if you go to class, you go to lecture, and you need help to clarify it. So maybe it did not make sense, or you read something and it did not make sense. So very good for primary learning and clarification. We also have a collection called Pathology Review. And those videos use patient presentations to introduce topics. So I'm sure you came to medical school because you want to care for patients. So I like to use those videos to connect all of these concepts that may not make sense in the beginning together with a patient to help you remember it. When you are seeing patients sometime later, we also have videos called clinical practice that talk about how to treat and care for patients. If you want to take notes or read something in English, of course, all of this is in English. We also have high yield notes for pathology and physiology. So I will show you how to get to all of those in just a minute. In addition, we have practice questions to help you support your own active self-directed learning. So the learning you do on your own. So there are more than 3,800 multiple choice questions designed to help you apply what you're learning. That's what you see here. And if you like to learn by flashcards, we have 15,000 flashcards that use a spaced repetition algorithm. So just as you are going to forget something, we trigger you, we ask you again. So this is a good way if you need to memorize things to use the flashcards. If you want to apply, you use these multiple choice questions. All of this is built on evidence about how we learn and how we learn best. So we know that when you use osmosis plus the other things in your curriculum, you can learn more effectively and efficiently. So what does that look like? You will see that our videos are short. They're chunked into small units. Most videos are between 6 and 15 minutes. And we use very well established multimedia design principles. Our goal here is to keep your brain from overfilling. It's called cognitive load, right? We want to keep the load on your brain low so that you can develop frameworks or ways to remember and store this information so you can come back to it later. I talked briefly about spaced repetition, so I won't talk about that again, other than to say it does help you to keep things longer when you use flashcards. The published literature, the science on testing effects says the more practice questions you do, the better you will do on exam day. I love to learn by questions, but also to use them after another learning. So use this in a cycle, right? So that we can watch and apply. If you're interested in learning more, we have videos on learning science topics within Osmosis that talk about why does this work and how do I organize my study. So I will again show you in just a minute. Let's talk today, though, about how to use Osmosis in your program. So we have a few ways, depending on how your faculty over time integrate Osmosis into the classes. So many programs use a flipped classroom where the homework is first, right? So you have assignments to do before you come to class. And in those cases, I'll be talking with the faculty in a few minutes about how to create a playlist, which is the collection of videos that a professor can put together and share with you so that you can review all of the videos in one place. A note that if you are studying with a friend, that you can also create a playlist and share it with a classmate or a friend so that you can watch the same videos together. I've talked for a moment about priming your learning. So again, that means watching a few videos before you come to class, if you know what the topic is. So if there is no playlist from your faculty, but you want to ask better questions and learn more quickly in class, you can watch that video ahead. I talked about active self-directed learning. So again, make a playlist, watch some videos, take quizzes with those questions so that you can be better. And I'll show you how to use the dashboard, but we can show you a dashboard that says, how confident are you and how accurate are you? So do you feel good and are you correct, or do you feel bad and you are wrong? When it comes time for exams, you can also revisit those areas that you had difficulty with. So if someone is sharing a playlist with you, you want to make sure you press follow. So I created this playlist called Renal Congenital Malformations. When I clicked the link, it lands you on this page. You will see a button here that says follow. When you press follow, it saves it to your own Osmosis account. So you do not need to log in to your school system. You can log into Osmosis. You can get it on your phone. You can save to watch offline, however you want to do it. And then when you reconnect to the internet, it will, with Wi-Fi, it will bring you your data back into the Osmosis system. So here is what it looks like to track your progress. So again, this is that playlist that I pressed follow. And what we will show you is your name. And then, did you watch the videos? So this particular student watched one video, right? The video on heart blocks here. So we will tell you the name of the video, how much you watched, how many times, and what's the date of the most recent view. So this is available for you. It is also available for questions and flashcards so you can track your progress through the playlist. I wanted to share this because I think these quotes are really powerful. So these are from some students at a program that was mostly lecture, and the students, 400 students, had access to Osmosis, and almost every single person loved the videos to use with their coursework. So they found that they were a good supplement to lectures, to give an understanding of material before they did other studying before exams, stress relieving to have a resource for visual learners. Number one topic, this is the one I like up here, my number one resource when I did not understand something. So this is a really good way, as I said, to make sure that you are getting the most. I know that you're learning in English language in your program. I'm sure many of you are not native English language speakers. So we hope that this will help you to develop that vocabulary and to make sure that you feel confident as you are moving through your coursework. So a few extra things before I go into Osmosis, and then I will answer questions. There is a mobile app I mentioned. You can download the iOS or the Android version, and this lets you connect those videos and use them outside of your computer and save some for offline. So I encourage you to look for it. We also have a Google Chrome extension. If you use Google Chrome, you can grab this extension, and what it lets you do is it will highlight a word in whatever you're reading, if it is an electronic textbook or a website, and it will highlight the word and point you to the osmosis video so you can connect a little more quickly. We are also here to support you. If you forget how to do something, if you lose your password, whatever it is, you can write to us, email support@osmosis.org. There is almost always someone there. I think it is 18 hours each day, 7 days a week. There is someone who will help you by email or by chat. Okay, so I'm going to escape out of this. And you should be seeing osmosis. Yes, can someone nod in the room? Are you seeing osmosis? Thank you. Okay. So here we are. When you log in, this is what you will see. When you have been here before, it will say, welcome back with your name. I am here today logged in as Edward Villa. So to connect this to the PowerPoint, when you log in, you will see a couple things. You will see view all topics. So this is where I was saying that the new learner videos live here. So this is by discipline, right? Microbiology, genetics, or by organ system. So cardiovascular system, or renal system, reproductive system. In the beginning, you will stay probably in these two categories. The patient care videos or the more complex videos live here under clinical rotations. An important note, if you are looking for a video, it may be in 2 or even 3 places. So we have a video called ACE inhibitors. So that is a drug that we prescribe for hypertension that lives under pharmacology because it's a medicine. It also lives under cardiovascular system and renal system, right? Because it is cardiovascular to treat the hypertension and renal system to treat the hypertension. It will also, that same video will be listed under family medicine, internal medicine, because that is where we would prescribe it. So no matter how you are looking for a video as you are browsing, you will find it here. What I'm going to show you quickly is what this looks like. So every organ system here will cover anatomy, which again appears in 2 places. So this will be only heart anatomy, any embryology, so as the human develops, any histology, the physiology, right? So the anatomy and physiology lives here. The pathology, which is the disease, right? What went wrong, will live here. And those review videos, the pathology review videos, are always at the bottom of pathology. So cardiovascular system pathology review. This is where all those case-based videos are that are so very nice. You can also search for a particular topic. Search bar. So here we are. I search for hypertension and it shows up at the top. So here's again those 3 levels, right? So hypertension is your first start. Pathology review is your hypertension case video, and that clinical practice for when you are treating hypertension. I'm going to show you what one of these learn pages looks like here. So when you decide which video to watch, you are here, you have the video at the top. There is a transcript. So if you, like me, want to read, or if you want to copy and drop it into another page to take notes, you can. Because your program is designed for English language learning, I encourage you to leave it on in English, right? If your browser is set to translate, then all of this will translate into French. But I don't know how good it will be, right? It's a Google translation, right? So I would say leave it in English, but if you need to translate, certainly you can. You can also watch a video and turn captions on in English at the bottom so that as we are playing a piece of a video here,
a couple of days,
that it will tell you across the bottom as you play what is happening in the video. So lots of different ways here to make this easier to understand. There's also a speed adjuster here. So I have it set to play normal speed, 1x. You can make it faster. You can also make it slower if you need the English at a slower speed. I am struggling to learn French myself, so I would listen to this in much slower speed if it was not in English. Some related things that you may notice here. This is not included with Osmosis, but if you have a subscription to Picmonic or to Sketchy, which many people do, many students do, these are here just to make it fast for you to connect to related visual mnemonics here. So that's the Learn page here. So again, speed it up, slow down. You can add something to a playlist, which I mentioned. So if you want to study, you can add to playlist, create new, and you can give it a name like hard topic, whatever you want to call it, and you can save it, and then we can share it with a friend. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. You'll see there's also assessments. So assessments are questions. You will not have CME. I am logged in as a professor, so I have continuing medical education. What you will see is preclinical questions or flashcards. So let me log out of here and just go to a regular video that will have flashcards, I hope. All right. Yay. All right. So here is the beginning video on hypertension. So it's going to talk about what is hypertension, right? And it is systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and it will talk about what happens. The preclinical questions are your questions to begin with, right? So new questions. All of them, as I said, are vignette style items. So they're case style items. I'm not going to read this whole long question, but what I want to show you is in order to answer the question, what is the most likely diagnosis here? I'm going to say, I think it's E, hypertensive emergency. To submit your answer, please take a moment to think, how confident am I? Right? Because this is important information for you to have. So you can select low, medium, or high. I'm going to select low because I'm not sure. I was right. So 90% of other students who are learning by osmosis, all students across the world, also thought it was E. So this is good. But maybe I thought it was phenochromoscytoma. If I thought it was A, we will always give you an explanation for each incorrect answer. And we will give you an explanation for the entire question here on the right-hand side. So 2 steps to do them, right? Select your answer, rate your confidence. All right. So that is the question. So let me show you how to get to your playlist and some other quick things, and then we'll pause for questions. If you create a playlist, you can go to this hamburger menu at the top. Any playlist that you've created, I have a lot, right, will live here. The newest is at the bottom. So here's the one we just called hard topics, right? We can add additional videos here if you want and add them. C'est facile, right? So there we go. We have the hard topics. If I want to share this with my friend Sabrina, I can press share. I can copy the link and I can email it to her. So however you want to share things with others, you can even share with a professor, right? You see there is a quiz all here. So if I want to collect videos and press quiz all, it pulls all of the questions from those videos into one big quiz. So this is a nice way to create a quiz for everything you're learning in a week or to review for an exam. You can also go to questions here and you can build a quiz on your own. So you can select preclinical, which will be basic science, or clinical, which will be patient care questions. And you can select how you want to take them. Do I want to see all questions, questions I've answered wrong, questions that are new to me? And you can then choose your topic. So maybe we're learning about anatomy, but I only want cardiovascular anatomy. Now I have 21 questions and I can create a quiz and work through these questions. So this is all available to you. I think you will have the best experience answering questions from videos. These are the same questions. They are just built as a quiz tool, not a question tool. So I would say, again, the best thing is to create a playlist and use the quiz questions from a playlist, or to answer quiz questions from the Learn page with the video. All right, that was a lot of things. Do you have questions?
Please, I would like to know if this is a normal account or a premium account.
A normal account or a what account?
Premium account. Yeah.
There is only one kind of account. So your school has purchased this for you, and you will have access to everything in Osmosis. So if you currently have a free Osmosis account, you will need to sign up again through your school link so that you have everything. If it is asking you to pay, you are not signed into the right account. So you should have access to everything.
Thank you very much.
The question? Sure. So it was crystal clear. Thank you, Catherine.
If you are stuck ever, press this button. This gives you the help. This also has some frequently asked questions here. So you can probably find answers to many of the things that you are looking for. Oh, the notes. I forgot to tell you about the high yield notes. There are high yield notes also here. These are supplementary, so they are not a replacement for your text. But if you want to read in a different format, here again about hypertension, these are also available to you. Many, many years ago, 4 years ago, Osmosis used to publish textbooks. We do not publish textbooks anymore. We instead brought them into the Osmosis system here. So if you're looking for mnemonics, right, to remember things, or additional supplementary information, this is available. You can also print them if you want to take notes, but these are in addition to what is here with the videos. So check it out. If you have questions, please let us know. Again, very happy to help. The customer service department, very happy to help. They love hearing from students, and we are here to help you be successful.
No questions? Okay. No
question. Try to log in while Sabrina and Malik are on campus today. And that way, if you have any questions, they're there, or difficulties, especially for any of you who may already have accounts, to make sure that we can get you all set before they go home.
Can you hear Malik or not?
No, you're very far away, Malik. You're not near a microphone.
Okay, just to let you know, Catherine, the faculty waited for this training and learning session to give the access for the students.
Okay.
So they wanted first to have this session, then they will provide all the account for the students.
Perfect. Okay.
But definitely, I spoke with Mr. Barada, who is in charge of the IT, and he tried to connect, and everything was perfect and working well.
Good. So then for all of you, again, as you set up your accounts, make sure that it does not ask you to pay. If it's asking you to pay or it says free trial, you are in the wrong place. All right.
Clear.
Good. Clear. And for those who do, here is how you sign out. You're going to